All right. What's up, everybody? It is week 16. It's that time again, man. I know y'all are excited to see what's to come in the second round of the playoffs, or what I like to call the semifinals. But nonetheless, we got a big game. We got some big games coming up. So it's all business tonight. We got a couple of the games about to kick off here any minute. We got the Saints versus the Rams. So there's playoff or semifinal implications going all through that game. So without further ado, I won't really go through. Well, I guess I will give Pick'em its justice and go through a little bit of Pick'em real quick. Pick'em is heated up. We still have some of the same teams sitting at the top. You have, let's see, you still have King of the Gridiron sitting at number one. He's at 143 or 144. You got Action Jackson, which is at 143, right there, one game behind. Big Wolf is at 140, and then STL and Dark Knight are tied at 138. So that rounds out the top five of the pick'em. You had an epic week. I will mention what happened in the first round of the playoffs. Like to wish King of the Gridiron a good season. I mean, he was the number one seed, 11 and was at 11-3 in the regular season. One of the more dominant teams we had seen in years, or just as dominant as team we've seen in the last few years. Unfortunate with the Cowboys not showing up to play against the Broncos or play against the Bills, and Baker King having a huge upset in terms of knocking out the number one seed. So you have the 8 seed Baker King coming in. And really, if we want to call fantasy, if it's realistic, we'll say that he played a defensive battle and he won it. So congrats to Baker King for making it onto the second round, but good season, the King of the Gridiron all around. And let's see if he can salvage it by winning Pick'em. The other big game last week was the Dark Knight versus the better team. The better team was the 5th seed, but going in, the better team was one of the top 3 scoring teams in the league and had been there all season. And the better team surprisingly knocked him out. And again, the better team dealing with that Cowboys game, the Bills defense didn't have to do a whole lot to win. So that pretty much made Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs irrelevant in that game. It was all the running game and the defense, and we know what the Cowboys did. So good luck to all those teams. We good luck to all the best to G-Man, to Rob. Who else did I miss in the first round that is no longer playing? G-Man. I think I got everybody. The toilet bowlers, we'll get to them in a second. But again, just crazy first round. This is why we play the games. But we'll see what's to shake out here in the round 2. So in round 2, I'll start with the toilet bowlers. So go ahead and get that out of the way. So with the toilet bowl, you have, who do we have? You have Bulldogs versus Huckleberry, 1-6-18, 1-5-19. Huckleberry had one of the highest scores all through the league last week, and it was funny. I think we had just amount as teams over 200 in the toilet bowl as we did in the big boy playoffs. May even had an extra team over there versus over here. So I'm probably going to go with Bulldogs to win this game. It just seemed, but then again, the running backs over there for Huckleberry, this game is going to be a toss-up. To me, it's a toss-up. The percentage-wise, the system is leaning 70% Bulldogs. I think if it is Bulldogs' favorite, it's not by that much. It'd be more 55-45 in my book. But I'm gonna lean with what the system says, because I think this year is still a receiver year. Those running backs may not have as big day as what they saw last week. So I'm still going to go with Bulldogs. He should win, go on to play in the championship game in the toilet bowl, if we want to call it a championship game. The other side of the toilet bowl, you got the 4-10 GOAT versus 5-9 Action Jackson. Action, he's got Joe Flacco. GOAT's got Sam Howell. At the end of the day, not going to break down both these rosters. I like the 3 running backs that Action Jackson has going out there, and I think he'll take it, and I think he'll get to the championship game or the toilet bowl final, if we can call it that. So going to the big boy playoffs, we got the semifinal round. You got the Baker King back in the second round. I believe he was second round last year. I failed to look that up. Don't have my statistician or anybody with me right now, but Baker King sitting at 7-7. He had the big upset last week. He's going to be against Dark Knight, who had a big upset last week. We'll see what happens in this game. Baker King had to find another quarterback. He's going with Taylor Heineke. That's playing with fire. He's got Jerome Ford, Tony Pollard, Zamir White. I like his receivers, Jayden Reed, especially if he plays. Jayden Reed didn't play last week, but the Carolina Panthers defense hasn't been all that susceptible to the pass. And given how much they don't score, you don't have to throw them a whole lot. But maybe the Packers open up the offense on them and run them, do a little boat racing with them or something. CeeDee Lamb should have a good game against the Dolphins. That should be a shootout. Maybe the Cowboys rebound. On the flip side, you got Patrick Mahomes, Devin Singletary could be in a plus. No, he's not in a plus matchup going up against the Cleveland Browns defense. Amari Cooper is going up against a plus side with the Houston defense, so depending on who's on him. Zay Flowers in a tough matchup, Deebo Samuel in a tough matchup. This game is going to be probably another game where both teams don't get to 200. And the defenses are in unique spots. The Arizona Cardinals can put up points. We'll see how much they get done against Chicago. Seahawks, probably in a little bit better position with Tannehill coming back. There's a reason why he's been on the bench and not Will Levis, and Will Levis has been starting. So the big dog, Big King Henry, he could go off with the big game, but you never know. The Seahawks played the Eagles pretty good the other night, and I think they could do the same with the Tennessee Titans, and especially it appears that they're at home. So I say all that. It's a tough game to pick, but I believe it's Dark Knight who's going to win the game. Baker King will be very upset with me with picking someone else. Neither one of these teams really want me to pick them because they believe I jinxed them. Baker King thinks other things about me, a conspiracy or something that he says I have going on. But nonetheless, taking Dark Knight getting to his first championship game, I believe, in franchise history. So good luck, Dark Knight. And then finally, again, this is all business. We got the game getting ready to start. We need to watch this and see what's going on. We got the Silver Fang Big Wolf versus the STL four-time champ. These two teams have a long history in terms of playoff matchups. STL beat Big Wolf in what was the bookend of one of his three-peat championships years ago, or his back-to-back championships years ago. Big Wolf got a chance to redeem himself in 2019 to win the championship against STL. A couple of years ago, I believe they played each other in the playoffs, and STL won that game. The regular season matchup with these, it came down to the wire, and literally it was depending on how you look at it, it was a Keenan Allen play away from Big Wolf pulling off the win this current season. It was only a 5-point win by STL, but nonetheless, STL has had better probabilities and better luck against the Wolf recently, and so we'll see what happens with this game. I'll talk about them. I'm not going to make a pick though. You got Lamar going against the 49ers defense. Is not a pretty day. We got Jahmyr Gibbs. We got Ty Chandler, Kyron Williams getting ready to go up against the Saints defense. On the flip side, STL's got Nick Mullins. He started a different quarterback, I think, the last month, and every time it's worked out for him. And so he's going with a different quarterback today, this week, Nick Mullins. He's got Achane back. Christian McCaffrey is a monster. Matchup proof. It doesn't matter. Noah Brown looks good. Tyreek Hill, we expect him back this week. Darren Waller had his first game back last week. He should be knocked all the rust off, and he's going against a division opponent. David Njoku is shown to be matchup proof. And the Texas defense going up against the going up against the Cleveland Browns. Flacco's going to get picked a couple of times. He probably will get a bunch of yards, but that also could be a game where 17-10 and both defenses just shut the offenses down. So I expect that defense to do solid over there. The Rams are going up against the Saints tonight. I could go on and on and on about these two teams. The Wolf is practiced. They feel like they're ready. It's not the championship game yet, but both of these two teams are trying to get there. It would be, I forget how many times it would be for them to get to the championship, but that's irrelevant until this game's over. So good luck to both teams, especially good luck to the Wolf. London did her picks in terms of the lineup this week, so we feel good about it. And she's undefeated in terms of her picks in the game. So wish everybody the best, wish Wolf the best, and we'll see what comes of these semifinal matchups. I hope you all enjoy it. Get ready to watch what these Saints do tonight. I don't need the Saints to do well tonight, so any other night other than tonight. So y'all enjoy it. Have fun with these games. Don't forget to put your pick'ems in if you haven't, and we'll see what comes of this week. And next week it'll be the finals. It'll be the championship. So next time we talk, we'll be talking about the final four, or not the final. We'll be talking about the final two teams. This is the final four this week in the Big Boy playoffs, but we'll be talking about the championship game, and who'll be playing for it all. So y'all have a good week. Later.